Hello and thank you for joining me today. My name is Wesley Boudreau, one of the financial advisors here at the Retirement Group. Today I'd like to welcome AT&T employees and give you a quick kind of a mid-year update on interest rates and how they're potentially going to affect your lump sum calculations as we transition from 2022 to 2023. Now, many of you do know who the Retirement Group is, but before we kind of jump into that, I just want to remind everybody that the Retirement Group, we're an independent financial advisory firm that has worked extensively with AT&T employees for the past 30 years, which gives us a deep understanding of your benefits plans inside and out, not just the pension, but also the healthcare retiree benefits, 401k, and what it means to transition smoothly. So we do have offices throughout the country, so rest assured if you need to sit down with one of us face to face, we can still accommodate you with that. Or obviously we can have conversations on the phone or web meetings as well, whatever's most convenient for you. If there's anything you take us up on at the end of the day is our complimentary cash flow analysis, which I know many of you have already done so, and if it's been over a year, it's probably important that we update that because of the changes we've seen in both inflation and the markets and the pension plans. But again, that cash flow analysis will give you a better idea of where you stand, help you determine the best day to retire, and the best choices you have on your pension plan, which we'll talk about here in just a moment, how these interest rates could potentially impact your lump sum calculation quite severely, given the inflationary pressure we've seen so far in 2022. So let's kind of get into that. What happens is, again, keep a look at that, or take a look at the seesaw on the top. When interest rates go down, which they went down quite a bit during the pandemic, that's going to drive up your lump sum calculation. Now, the opposite is true when interest rates go up, and we start to see those go up quite severely so far in 2022. However, if you log into your pension plan and take a look at your calculation, you're not going to necessarily see that because AT&T is unique compared to a lot of other companies where they only update their interest rates used for the calculation once per year. Others do it monthly and quarterly, and some others do it once per year as well. But what we're going to see is a major change for 2023 once those interest rates come out for November. So the way that AT&T does is they use the Pension Protection Act segment rates, which are three different segments issued by the IRS. They use the rates for November to determine what it's going to be for the entire next year. So we take a look at this chart right here. The November 2021 rates are what are used for all of 2022, whether you commenced your benefits in January or whether you commence them at the end of the year in December. So let me take a quick zoom in here and let you see what those interest rates look like. So the November 2021 interest rates, which are used right now for 2022 calculations, are 1.02% for the first segment, 2.72% for the second segment, and 3.08% for the third segment. First segment correlates to the first 5 years of retirement, the second segment years 6 through 20, and the third segment years 21 and beyond. So for most of us, that 15-year period, that second segment is going to have the highest weighting. Now, let me go a little bit lower. So again, let's remember that the second segment was 2.72%. Let's look at where we are so far in June. We just got the June rates out. It's all the way up to 4.8% now. So that is a change of actually 2.08% so far just in the last 7 months. Now, we're not done. We won't know for sure what the 2023 rates are going to be until we get past November of this year. Now, the interest rates, when they release those, are usually about 3 weeks after, so we really won't know for sure what they're going to be until right around Christmas time of this year, which is typically too late for many of you. It depends upon your division. In some cases, you need to be off the books by November 30th in order to get 2022 rates, and for other divisions, you can go all the way till the end of December if you want to as well. But ultimately speaking, if you were thinking about retiring this year or in the next 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 years, it's really important to review this situation because those interest rates are changing dramatically. Had a conversation with the client just the other day. I was not aware of them because she looked at the pension projections, saw there were no changes. I walked her through how to actually put in the current interest rates to see if they stayed this way through November, how it would change things. Ended up costing her quite a bit, and we ran the break-even analysis. She would have to work about a year, almost a year and 3/4, just to make up the loss she would have had in that lump sum. Now, keep in mind if you're taking the pension as an annuity, these interest rates are not going to affect that. But again, if it's important to kind of run these scenarios side by side, because if you are thinking about taking that lump sum, you're going to see some severe drops. So that 2% change is going to equal roughly about a 20% drop or so in interest rates, or excuse me, drop in lump sum. So if you ran your pension projection and it was about $500,000 right now, and you waited till 2023 to retire and chose that instead, you can see a drop of maybe $100,000. If you had $1 million lump sum, you can see a drop of about $200,000. So again, these are quite severe. in which case many of you may need to work more than 1 and sometimes 2 years just to break even on this. So again, it's really important to review this, and there's also obviously some concerns about what the stability of jobs are beyond that as well. So the best way to look at this is obviously to give us a call and run that cash flow analysis we talked about before. Right now, about 3/4 of Americans out there over 50 don't even have a written plan. If you haven't run one with us recently, just give us a call. Spend about 10 minutes, gather some data. We'll be able to run different scenarios, show you the pension annuity versus lump sum. We'll be able to actually also show you the different retirement dates, so you can see what those will look like, not just now, but in 10, 20, 30 years down the road. But ultimately, the biggest issue here is just you may not be aware of it. Time's kind of ticking, and we're getting closer to the end of the year here. But if you were not aware of it and had questions about the pension lump sum, give us a call so we can run that calculation for you, show you how to do it online on the Fidelity website so you can see for yourself what it could cost you. And so that way you have a little bit more time to plan. You're not behind the 8 ball here at the end of the year trying to make some of these decisions. And again, that's going to affect the lump sum. If you're thinking about taking the annuity, the interest rates will not affect it. Obviously, the inflationary pressure will affect it, the purchasing power. But again, if you're thinking about taking the lump sum, you're just going to see some severe changes between 2022 and 2023. Now, at the end of the day, just if you have any questions, want to run these, just give us a call at 1-800-900-5867. You can also reach us at info@theretirementgroup.com. And if you got your phone handy, you can hold it up to these QR codes if you'd like to schedule an appointment with myself or one of the other number of advisors in the offices. We can help you out there. Also, if you'd like to stay updated on AT&T information through our AT&T specific LinkedIn page, you can follow us there as well. And as I said before, again, we've done extensive work with AT&T employees for the past 30 years or so, but keep in mind we are not employed by nor endorsed by AT&T. However, again, our expertise is here to kind of help you, guide you through that process and the transition, help you avoid mistakes that we've seen from time to time, and let you make the right decision on what those options are going to be. So again, any questions, we'd love to talk with you. Feel free to give us a call at 1-800-900-5867. I want to thank everybody and hope you have a great day.